So tell me, Antoinette, how far has the Maori Wakaminenga got in establishing the actual government structure?
Right. Today we have got our first council totally up and going, and that is the Wakaminenga Health Council.
Great.
And it already has midwives, chiropractors, doctors, dentists, a variety of other health disciplines registering with the Health Council.
So that's connected with the New Zealand doctors of speaking out with science?
There is a connection there because the Dr. Jacques Imbo, for example, who runs the Wakaminenga Health Council, is also part of the New Zealand Doctors Speaking Out in Science.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of overlap that way.
Great.
Because it's not about being exclusive rather. It's not about, if you're not in here, you're outside of it. This is about the health of the people of our nation.
Yeah.
And so it's about embracing everything we can. But with the Health Council, the Wakaminenga Health Council, one does need to be a national of Aotearoa New Tarini, because this is what we are. We're stepping out of this old jurisdiction into the new jurisdiction, which is probably the other way around. He Wakaputanga is the old and de jure jurisdiction. So yes, you need to be a national, and then you'll be given your card as part of the Wakaminenga Health Council, and you'll be able to carry on. So we're finding people that were mandated, lost their positions, lost their careers, lost their credentials, are now able to get that or find that back in Aotearoa New Tarini. It's not without some resistance from the Ministry of Health, from this government. They are not liking it at all. And there are ways that we're pushing back, or at least the Health Council is. It's not smooth running because we are not liked by international law jurisdiction, so they will be pushing back as best they can. But we've got that authority, we've got that law on our side, and as we grow, we'll make more ground.
Yeah. So you've got plenty of lawyers working.
Yes, we have lawyers. I don't know if it's plenty of lawyers, but we've got lawyers that are working around these issues and making sure that we can, stand on our own 2 feet as far as being lawful. But as we've already said, in the swamp jurisdiction, the captain can change the rules. So it's not as if we're trying to appease them necessarily, but it's about protecting those medical personnel that have registered with the council.
So tell me a little bit more about the other aspects of the council. You've got we've got framing laws, dispensation of justice, preservation of peace and good order, and regulation of trade.
Yes, so that's what the Wakaminenga government, basically, those are the pillars that they sit on. That's their parameters.
Right.
So what they are expecting, of course, that different councils will be built. The one thing the Wakaminenga government is wanting to make sure is that when we finally get rid of this imposter jurisdiction calling themselves New Zealand government, that the infrastructure of the country doesn't collapse. So we're trying to build our councils so that we can take over some councils that we know of, for example, local councils. We will just man those. People will go in and we'll deconstruct what we need to deconstruct, like the significant natural areas, because under customary law, we are guardians of the land. And that also buys into Judeo-Christian beliefs that we're stewards. So we're coming back to that sense that we as individuals take that control as well. So there is going to be that, but there will be other structures that we just have to start again on, really. Particularly e.g. the Health Council, that's untangled itself from the pharmaceutical industry. So the Health Council will be a traditional Māori health, Māori ora, homeopathy, natural medicines, and some pharmaceuticals where necessary, some surgery where necessary. There's been great advancements within what we call allopathic medicine or Rockefeller medicine. So we're not chucking the baby out with the bathwater. The big thing is giving people, individuals, choice rather than just putting them on a pathway. And so it's about using medicine to look after people. Unlike what's happening now, medicine's being used as a eugenics tool.